Hello, 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 everyone. Happy Wednesday, January 28th, 2026. How is everybody doing? Juicy, Russell, Gear Whore, Beer. I like beer. Gabriel, happy Wednesday. I mean, if you're gonna autocorrect something wrong, um, high beer is awesome. Hans, good afternoon. Um, Beer. Ah, all right. What is cooking today? It's another cold day here in Wisconsin. Oh, there's a pen over here. Um, we've got some Parkers to work on today. I could use a nap. Anybody want to take a nap? Do a nap stream? Um, all right. Had a nice visitor to the shop this morning. Always a pleasure when Lynn stops by. Proud new owner of there's a category for that on Twitch. Oh my god. I don't think I want to look that up. I really don't think I want to look that up. Lynn is a proud new owner of two beautiful new Pro Gear Slims, including one called the Happiness, which is a quite interesting pen. So I was happy to help fill up her pen case today. She almost left with a third sailor, but she was trying to be good. You wish that lever filler pen that I told you they had a video of at the end of the sack crumbled when touched. Oh, you won that lever filler pen. Okay, well, good for you. I bid on my second pen today on eBay. A second pen in 5 or 10 years. So we'll see how that works out. You asked they remove the sack so it would not crumble in the barrel. Okay. It's going to make a mess either way, I suppose. Ooh, excuse me. All right. So yeah, we'll see. The other end, they wrote back that the other end still had life to it. Clearly, clearly don't know anything about pens. So, I'm hoping that we get some visitors today. Half a sack is better than no sack? Well, I mean, maybe. I hope we get some visitors to the stream today. There was a thread on a fountain pen enthusiast on Facebook. Someone trying to assemble a Esterbrook desk pen. So if you are, yes, I have a toothbrush in my hand. If you are watching, chime in and I will grab a desk pen and we will walk you through the whole process. So, you have the skill set for it. You just, you didn't get the, hello, Colin. You missed one step. Kind of an important step, but you don't even understand pens. You just give me watch time. Keep up the good work. All right. Well, thank you, sir. So if anybody saw that thread, you know what I'm talking about. But I hope they do tune in. I told them to tune in. I think they're giving the pen to somebody else. I don't remember. All right. Should we get cooking on these 51s? See what's What's going on here? Oh, excuse me. I filled my coffee cup with sweetener and then reached over to grab the coffee pot and promptly spilled the whole coffee cup all over my Parker case with sweetener. So it smells good now. All right. We got the hoods loose on all of them except for this one here. And I think I gave up the ghost. My hand was getting tired. I know. And I got like a 94 sleep score on my Apple Watch, on Apple Sleep. But I could have used another. Oh, damn it. Ooh. Ugh. And tomorrow's the early day. Yeah, I need to sleep. I know. No sleep for the wicked. No sleep for pen repairmen. And ladies. So hopefully this comes off and then we'll take care of the rest. Maybe the watch was sleeping. Yeah. I guess it gives you a score based on 0 to 100. I've never had anything higher than 94. But I think it puts a lot of basis on when you go to bed. You know, so if your bedtime, if you set your bedtime on your watch to 9 o'clock or 9:30 or something like that, and you don't hit that, it doesn't bode well for you. Some nice colors there. Any from New Haven? No, these are all U.S. I might have one, but it's in black. I'm slowly assembling a personal collection of 51s. I don't know why. I really should. I should keep this and sell the navy gray that I have because the wicked nib on that thing. But I've never liked 51s all that much. As far as a daily writer, they're great. They're fantastic pens. It's not my style. You thought the nib was going on that desk set. Well, I gotta have a place to put the desk set, and then you know how that's going. I was given the no to buying bookshelves to assemble a desk set collection. So in the house. That got the kibosh. Yeah, revolutionary design. I mean, I can definitely appreciate the 51. It's just that my focus is, 50 years earlier than it. You love your 51, but it does dry out constantly. Yeah, I know. So we are on the upward swing of the weather here. Tomorrow we hit double digits for the first time in 2 weeks, maybe. You'll admit the one you bought from you was the first 51 you had. I had in full working order and absolutely fell in love with it. Yeah, I've accumulated quite a number in the last year. But sometimes it's a case of when the right one comes around, you have to grab it. Cocoa is definitely on my must-have list. I'm going to soak this one. I think it's got some sealant or something on it. Just doesn't want to. I don't want to wreck my hand here today. You know, a great site where you can offer those 51s for sale. Yeah, I mean, I guess what you call a fair weather collector. You love your cocoa. It's the only one you got. Yeah. Oh well. So here's the thing. Yeah, they take consignments. I consign my own pens to myself. Wouldn't that be something? How would that work? You'll probably liberate another one for me after tax refund time. Yeah, I guess that's coming up, huh? I think we got an appointment next week, I think. That's exciting. Gary, how are you doing? Nassau Green. Yeah, that one I don't have. But here's the funny thing. So I've wanted a cocoa for years. And I bought a collection just before Christmas. And when it arrived, and there was a cocoa. There was a cocoa in the collection, and I thought, well, you know what? For Christmas presents for myself, I'll keep the cocoa. Always wanted one. I like the color, and it came. It has absolutely destroyed the connector was broken off inside the barrel. I think there was a chip or a crack in the barrel. I mean, the only thing that was good was maybe the cap and the. I don't know. It was more work than I wanted and not good enough for me to keep. So it went straight to the bin. Could I fix it? Probably. Do I want to spend that much time on myself? No. I'm not so certain how I feel about cocoa with the gold color, though. It seems like it's a better color match with Lustraloy. So that's kind of how I'm going to do it, I think, if I get a cocoa. Although, a collection of Aerometric 51s, all with gold-filled caps, would be sublime. Really nice. I guess that's a question. That's a question I don't know the answer to because I don't collect I don't collect 51s. I never bothered to research 51s. Did all colors come with an option to buy a gold-filled cap? I don't know the answer to that. I don't know how they were actually sold by Parker. Yours is Lustraloy? Yeah. I think it's a better combo for that color, for this color. I mean, that's nice. I mean, if I was going to keep one, this isn't, I love the gold-filled caps, but, Burgundy needs a gold-filled cap. It doesn't look, it's so much better than the Lustraloy, but NASA is a great color. I do love this, you know, in the Aerometrics, I do love this, what is this, 4 screen? Is that what they call it? I forget what they call it. It's a nice color. You had 17 pens delivered yesterday? Holy smokes. Guy sells a couple pens on eBay, and then all of a sudden he's buying the world out. I'm going to pull the 21 off to the side. And we're going to pull the pencil off to the side here for a minute. I suppose I could swap the caps. Is this a good luster? I suppose I could swap these caps. That would actually look really nice. Gold fill on this burgundy. But it's got this really crappy cover on it. Well, that's a problem. I think that's why this one probably didn't. There is, well, that's good news. Breather tube is still in here. Well, I didn't want that. Well, I swear. I swear I saw a breather tube in here. All right, well. That's weird. I can literally see a breather tube in there. Okay, well. Boy, this looks super clean. Breather tube, however, does not. That one's pretty stuck. That navy gray looks like a nice clean collector there too. There we go. All right. There we go. That's why that one didn't want to fill. What is very blue on the breather tube? Well, so that's interesting. This broad nib is actually marked Parker, England. All right, well. The ones you've seen were marked N for New Haven. That looks good. How's the car doing? It's fine. I'm still waiting to hear back from the insurance company whether or not they're gonna cover the additional damages they didn't cover. But hey, it's only been almost a week, so. I guess I shouldn't set my hopes too high for. Well, I think I'd like to take this one off. I'll do it as part of normal practice, but this one I might need to do. Just let things work behind the scenes. No news is good news. Yeah, maybe. They're just super slow and they need prodding. I would think a good insurance company would just take care of their client and this does not seem to be the case this time around. Ironically, my landlord is an insurance agent, so um, I just don't necessarily want to get into bed with my landlord. You know what I mean? The kind of insurance company that goes out of business. Yeah, well, unfortunately, I don't have a lot of options. Maybe when I have my annual review, there'll be a different company that I can go with. Insurance makes strange bedfellows. Not sure how many companies there would be if insurance wasn't compulsory. Yeah. So this is part of the problem with Aerometric 51s. Um, if they're not a threaded housing like this is, they're friction fit on here, and they stick. They don't come off. And if you try the wiggle thing a little too much, you end up just breaking it off. You're expecting warmer weather next week in Kentucky? Yeah, I mean, it's like starting, what is it, Saturday or Sunday? Like, it goes from 10 degrees to like 25. Which at that point, I don't have to worry about putting the car on the trickle charger every night. But I'm not taking any chances. Time to break out the section pliers. Your daughter just got a job at the post office. You wonder if there's an employee discount? Hans, my mother-in-law, has chimed in on the mysterious device, which actually I don't even have near me, so I can't show it. But she says no to the darning egg. She says they were typically wood or marble or granite. She thinks it might have been for washing out cups, egg cups, liqueur glasses, or something like that. Of course, she's too young to have used those in her day, but that's her take on it. I've never seen one as a something to clean out a cup. They did make sock darners out of sponge. Okay, well, maybe it is. Well, you know, worst comes to worst. If you decide you don't want it, my mother-in-law is coming here end of March. And I think she has some socks she's going to darn for me. So it'd be funny to have her use it. See if it works. But I'd love to get rid of it before then. All right, I'm going to, well, let's just do it anyway. All right. Your downstairs neighbor put his car in the trickle charger? Yeah. I'm just not taking any chances. Well, so what's the best way to get these off is the question. That's probably fine. Oh, this is the one that was partly off. Yeah, they can be partly off and there's still a pain in the, you know what, you can see the gap here. There's nothing to grab on here. Getting an open nib snorkel tomorrow, Royal Mail permitting. Rock on. Go Royal Mail. Go Royal Mail. Yeah, so this is... This is the problem you have with these Aerometrics. And I can feel the nipple inside here is soft. So this whole piece is cooked. I doubt there is any saving it. And it's not hot. It's just soft. But this serves a good lesson here on the channel. I mean, look at that. Replacements. Yeah, I don't know. I can open it up. They should have made this part out of, yeah, out of hard rubber. But I mean, you can see how I can just. Yeah, there's no saving this. Which is why, like, even if I got this off, now I can feel this nipple here, and this is hard, so I got a good chance of this actually coming off. I mean, the sack is reasonably pliable, so. I could leave it. There we go. So that one came off just fine. A little bit different though. Pin doing it. I mean, I'm sure I can find them at a pen show. I probably have some in my bin. But this is a threaded version of the housing, and this is not. It's here. So we're going to leave that one as is. I'll replace the one on the burgundy. You decided on pens for your trip and I'll be disappointed. It's all modern stuff. Well, I mean, I get it. You know what? To be honest, I haven't even thought. I mean, we're not there yet, but I haven't even thought that far ahead for Baltimore. I don't know. what pens I'm going to take. I'll probably do much the same. I'm going to throw that in there just to clean that up. I guess I'll throw this in there too. We'll see how much that cleans up. There's a little ink spot in there. You're watching from India and you need a pen. Sure, there are tons of places to buy pens in India. All right. So while we're talking about dangerous things in 51s, these Sterling breather tubes get brittle and they break off right here. Yes, but you need my pen? Well, these will eventually be for sale. You're bringing your custom VP in Opus 88 with a Pilot F8 nib. Well, that's interesting. And modified for Superflex and an 80s Mont Blanc 149. Should be travel safe. I think I'm bringing my my no nonsense. This guy here. My Brian Anderson no nonsense. I do like VPs for shows though. I probably should find one. Bet I could send a care package to India. It would cost a ton of money to send something to India, that's for sure. Holy cow. Find one you can help with that. I've got a green SE. You have fantasy points from $100 to $2,000 ready for my writing pleasure. What do you got in the $100 range? Do I need one of those? Jesus. I told Lisa today, I say, hey, Lisa, a day has gone by. I haven't bought a pen from Hans. X-Store demo pens. She looked at me and she said, and of course, I didn't tell her about bidding on this pen on eBay because why tell her about something that I may not win? And right now it's $25. And she said, I said, I haven't bought a pen from Hans yet today. And she says, man, are we setting the bar low? You get packages of pens from Italy weekly with free shipping, huh? You don't have knowledge about pens, so can you tell me about the best pen? Best fountain pen, best rollerball pen, best ballpoint. There's no such thing as the best pen. What's good for me is not good for you, and vice versa. It may not be good for you. It's what you like, how it feels in your hand, how you write. Well, this one was kind of cooked anyway. Well, I gotta find a part for it. Hang on. I need a sack for this guy. Yeah, right? We set the bar low. I love it. I love it. Parts. There are great pen shows in India. You should go to one and try out which fountain pen suits you. Yeah. Fountain pens are huge in India. Holy cow. No doubt. All right, so what do we need here? This is cooked. I should just toss this. All right, so actually, you know, this is a nice... This should be threaded, this one here. Lisa, better watch out. I have some really nice ephemera that will look better at your place than mine. I don't know, man. You said no to getting a Parker pen case for me. I don't know if I can take your ephemera. Here goes. I'm waiting for this now. So actually what I could do is I could just replace this whole unit. Sorry that I won't do. I won't do a 40-hour drive to get you a pen case that would get you murdered. But it's actually, it almost seems nicer than the one that I used to have. Get me murdered. Oh my goodness. Goodness gracious. Yeah, she would she would not be pleased. That would be the couch downstairs wouldn't be far enough away. So I found this beautiful Parker pen case. And it's nice. And it's what I like about it, it's got the glass lower level too. Tell you what, I'll text Lisa and ask her if she really thinks you need to have it. I'll ponder driving. Oh my God, no, please don't. Please don't. I thought maybe you could use it. Lordy. All right, we're just gonna swap that whole assembly. tell you what. I can almost see you saying that too. Ah. Yeah, I would. Prion Jane, if I pronounce that correctly, don't worry so much about what brand is the top. I think um you're gonna just end up with disappointment because what brand is top is a sales job um, by someone trying to sell you a pen. There are good brands and there are not as good brands, but I don't believe in a top brand. I believe in tiers. If you're driving anyways, you would consider it. Yeah, I know. You could use a Parker Store case for your 45 collection. This is a nice looking Lucky Curve case. Yeah, get a pen that's right for you. Try not to fall into that, because what you're going to find, you go ahead and you ask online, and one of the responses you're going to get is Mont Blanc. I mean, yeah, I guess they make a fine pen, but is it the best pen or is it the best marketing? And I think the answer to that is for sure the best marketing. Did I get a sack? I did get a sack. How many pens do I have? No idea. A few. I don't count anymore, and I sold off a very large portion of my pens last year. But I've bought. What have I bought in the last 6 months? A couple thousand, probably. But this is what I do, so. I tell you, man, that Parker case that I sold, that is definitely on the I have to rebuy that list. It was such a nice case. All right, so that may not come off. Thick glass. It was, it was everything it needed to be. Oh yeah, this was my Coco. Here's the inside of the connector. Should see if Excel tells you have lots. Yeah. I learned a long time ago, don't put your stuff in writing. Well, I'm not going to mess with that. Most expensive pen I have? No. I couldn't even tell you what that is right now off the top of my head. I've got a client's pen in the store that's about 1,500 maybe. Yeah, no top pen or brand, but you know, for modern fountain pens, Pilot is contender for brand with broadest range of reliable, pleasurable options at all prices levels. That is absolutely true. That is true. And they're what I would consider to be a top tier pen. If we're gonna tier the pens. All right, so this one is coming off nicely. Oh, what's wrong with this pen? This pen just doesn't have a cap. Oh, the insurance company likes a nice inventory? Yeah, I bet they do. Diplomat Zep. Yeah, that's a pricey one. Love your pilots. Have been collecting them. Great nibs and riders. Yep. Octane. Not familiar. Colin, you got an Emperor? That's nice. Limited edition Conway. All right, so I'm going to swap this out. I swap that out, so at least that's a little cleaner looking. Put a new sack on there, we'll be good to go. .48 Red Ripple. Man, Gary, killing me. .48 Ripple. You picked it up for under 100. Nice. I love those stories. You know, probably right now my most valuable is probably my 58. My net on that is, I mean, you know, I should bring that to Baltimore, actually. I should bring that to Baltimore and have Linda look at the nib. I'm not touching that thing to save my life. As dry as nothing. It's ridiculous. But I mean, I netted. You know, I bought 5-6 pens, sold the other 4 or 5, kept the 58, made money. So it cost me nothing, but time and effort. Pilot VP was the one pen I will ever need. Last pen I ever buy, like 100 pens ago. Come on. There we go. All right. Yeah, and there should be a good, a strong presence of Pilot in India, too. None of your pens cost over 100? Or at least that's what I try to delude myself into believing. Well, they probably don't, because you probably traded for a lot of them. You bought lots like I do. You know, and you sell off the rest of the stuff and you keep, you know, they keep the stuff that you want and it costs you nothing. There we go. There it is. You know, if I have to answer that question, probably the most I ever paid for a pen was that Esterbrook we talked about yesterday. Wish I still had it. Gary Lair suckered me into buying. Yeah, older VP, more streamlined clip. Yeah, I think it's a better design. It sort of looks like when they changed over to the current design, they made the VP, they made it fatter, and they made a brass barrel instead of plastic, and then they presented it at a meeting, and then someone said, "Oh, hey, but what about the clip?" And then they just it was a complete afterthought. Your husband got the VP, just couldn't get on with it. He hated the clip position. Yeah, I mean, if you don't have a traditional tripod grip, the VP is just not going to work for you. Not going to work. All right, so that really didn't do much to that. I was a little surprised. I mean, this is reasonably new, so I don't think it was. It did clean out my breather tube, though. We did get that action going. Okay, let's see. You should get out of VPs too. It would simplify your life. You know, I'm going to say this, and then I'm going to jinx myself. But at one point, I basically got all the VPs I think I ever wanted. Like none of the VPs, sold them. None of the current VPs are of any interest. There is one VP that I want. That to find at a reasonable price, I think is going to be a challenge. And I tried like the dickens to get it brought in to the U.S. For years when my friend was GM, and after that I tried to get it brought in, and nobody, like, they acted like this pen did not exist. And like, you're handing out brochures. I kid you not. I would get brochures to hand out to customers with the entire, I think they were Namiki brochures. And in the back was a special flyer for vanishing points for the Rodden. And then they had two Mach-E. And I would ask him, so well, it's on the flyer. You sent me a box full of these flyers to hand out to customers. There's a little pocket in the back. You pull it out, you flip it over. It's the first pen on the left. And they all looked at me like I was from Mars. You go to sleep at 3 a.m. All right, have a good sleep. Thanks for tuning in. Yeah, they only sold those in the U.S. for 4 months in 2013. Yeah, we've talked about this. And I've talked with Martin about it, but they continue to have them in the catalog, and they say that they're available, but nobody can get them. And there's one that I want, But I won't pay. And Sarge had it at his table on his table one day. I just won't pay. I won't pay the price. It's too much. They're not sold in Japan. Well, why are they? Take the flyer out of the catalog. Take it out. Surely you've got an intern or something. The problem is I'm not going to find those in an estate collection, you know. Southeast Asia and Europe only. You don't got an extra one of those lying around, do you, that you want to sell? You know which one I want. Four months. 4 months is barely enough to get the product in, get the orders, ship them out, and handle the accounts receivable on that. That's like one order. You only have one of the Mach-E. You could not justify the cost. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I want the what is it? The vines. The it's not called vines, but it's the floral one. Yeah, I think Sarge had one, and I want to say he wanted like $800 for it, and I just went, not happening. It's just not going to happen. You know, it was different when Lisa and I were attending the shows and we were selling. Because then it was easier to say, okay, well, you know, we made a boatload of money or whatever, and we had a good show. Go ahead and buy yourself something pretty. But even then, I would never spend that kind of money. $37.76 with the ultra extra fine nib. It is something else. I tell you what, I used to sell those things. They would be kind of cyclical, but I'd sell the heck out of those things. I would sell a couple a month. Every show I go to, and I go to, you know, at least one show a month, I'd sell one or two. They're stupid fine. I mean, that's the finest production. I mean, they weren't as fine as the Saibi Togi. You could have had them all for $4.50 each, but that was still too much at the time. Yeah. I told John, I said, bring them back. I'll have a ton of orders for them. Platinum annoy you by not including a converter at that price? Well, I mean, you know, don't let $10. You know, they do it in the U.S. But if it's something you really want, don't let that really stop you. It's not common at all in Japan to sell a pen with a converter. And besides, if you buy a platinum, then what you really want is you want the Mach-E converter, so you buy that separately. Yeah, Mach-E converter is the best reason to buy a Platinum. It's the one. It was well. I had a number of regrets on my Japanese trip. One of them was not being able to successfully acquire a Mach-E converter. I don't remember if I didn't find any. They might have had some at Itoya and the Ginza, but the price was just astounding. I just couldn't justify that. FedEx just dropped off another pilot short. Don't put it in the ultrasonic. Repeat after me. Do not. I will not put my short in the ultrasonic. I'd be remiss if I didn't rib you for that. You're keen to one day get a Sailor King of Pen? Yeah. Yeah. They're nice. They're real nice. I got my eye on one. Back in the day, I used to buy one a year. No Zogan on that one. All right. Very good. Very good. Clean her up. I used to buy one a year in September when they had the big sale. Because then I would get, if they had a discontinued King of Pen, I would get an extra discount on it. So that's how I would buy. That's how I would buy my King of Pens. Because I would get a discount on it. You know, that would be cool. So, but there's one I have my eye on right now. And it's been in the catalog a long time, so I'm not even certain. I should probably just ask and see if it's still available. Because if it's no longer available, but it hasn't just been changed in the catalog, then I'm gonna be thinking the rest of the year. Oh well, I can pick one up and end of the year, and then I'll be really disappointed. But if it's still available, then at least I'll know. It'd be nice to have one again. You could spend a lot of money on King of Pens. I got a fun story about a buddy of mine who had a King of Pen that was so pricey. He actually included in the price of the ticket, included in the price of the pen was him hand delivering it to somebody in the airport. So he flew to another airport, met the guy in the waiting area or whatever, took the cash, turned around, got back on the plane and left. That's how you do it. But it was the, let's see if you have, or if you have duplicates. I mean, you know, it's no big deal. Someday I'd like one. It's not something I gotta have. If someone buys your VPs, you'll drive them to the nearest airport of the buyer's choice. Yeah. What if it's in Arizona? Will you go get that case for me? Since you're driving anyway. No, that's fine. You got two of the converted. Yeah, that's cool. I'll get one someday. One will come up. They come up. They come up for sale every once in a while. I'd have to get a platinum to put it in, so I guess you know. Or you know what? You know what would be hilarious. So here's what you do. So what do those things run these days? About $100? $100 for the platinum, 50 to $100, probably $100. The platinum converter fits the Esterbrook CA 101, so you put it in. You put it in that pen. Wouldn't that be something? I'd put it in the. Do I have that in here? I got that in here. I put it in the burgundy one that I got this summer. It's last summer. The rarest CA 101 on the planet with a platinum Mach-E converter. I got a bunch of those CA 101s. I should actually put them on the website. They're good little pens. Have What's my favorite Esterbrook nib? My favorite, the 2284 signature stub. And so some of you are going to think, well, why did he choose that? Since it's available in a 9000 series nib, why did he not choose the 9284? Because the 9284 is actually quite different than the 2284. Despite having rolled over tipping on the 2284, there's actually a large mass with which to write on, and the 9284 nib is ground incredibly flat. It is not as nice of a writing experience as a 2284. Pen Boutique has an ugly KOP at half price, really ugly. Is it one of those, I think I know which ones you're talking about. What were they called? They had two series of them. They weren't called ugly, but they kind of look like a turd. What were they called? I can't remember. I had one once in the store, not personally. It's an acquired taste. It's really, you'd have to sell it at half off. 2000 series Italic is better than the 9000 series 2. Yeah, I just don't know what they did. They just ground it so flat. It's nowhere near as satisfying. The sad thing is you can still sell a 9284 nib for, good money, but I wouldn't buy it. It's just not good. Yeah, what's the name of that series? The Turd series. It's an acquired taste, man. It is. It's that kind of built up Maki-E. I think they made them in 3 colors, 2 or 3 colors, and then they did 2 or 3 series. And actually, I'm surprised they're allowed to sell a King of Pen at half price because the Sailor pricing is very, very strict, very specific. You are not allowed to discount below 20% off MSRP like ever, except for the month of like September when they've been doing their Don't Miss the Boat sale, and that's a U.S. only thing. Pink and blue. Oh, that's the Follow the Mermaid. I bet. It was not a. We had that. Oh, I didn't have the King of Pen, but we had They came in as a slim and a regular version. We had that when it came out, and it was not popular. We bought it, and I think that was maybe the last pen. We used to do the same thing. We'd buy every nib size, and of every new release, and it started to get to a point where you wouldn't sell them all, and then now you've got, you got a shelf full of, got 14 pens or 28 pens or however many pens it is that you buy, and it started to get very expensive when you wouldn't sell any of them. All right. Yeah, I bet that's the Follow the Mermaid. Still available in the catalog, by the way. Let's make sure this thread's on. Yep. I'm going to clean this up a little bit. Got out of the gym. All right. Take care. Have a good night. What is today? Wednesday. Oh, today's Wednesday. Juicy, you're bailing out too? All right. Have a good night. See you tomorrow. Dropping like flies. All right, let's I think we got everything out of there. We got this is done. We can put this away. You won't be long behind. You're meeting a friend in a bit. All right. Have fun and safe travels to you tomorrow. I wish for no turbulence and no leaky pens. You try to find a fun souvenir for me? All right. Can't say no to that. There's a little bit of shellac buildup at the bottom, which is causing, it's probably on here too, just making it difficult to thread on. It just makes it easier, particularly when you get down to the last adjustment of rotating the hood to line up with the center of the nib. Let's see if that was enough. We just went on Pen Boutiques. I wonder if they sold it. I didn't see any KOP quite that ugly in half price. Yeah. It could have been one of those cases where, because if it is that pen, it's still in the catalog. So you're not allowed to discount it less than 20% off MSRP, which is, MSRP's probably $1,100 on that one, I'm guessing, without having the catalog at my fingertips. So the problem with this one, the tipping is so large that when I put the hood on, it catches it and rotates it. Yeah. Even at half price is too much. Yeah. There we go. Let's see if we can find it here. What did I call it? Follow the mermaid. It's not. Let's see if I can do this here. It's not this one, is it? Let me see if I can find that other one. Well, that's even okay. That's nice, actually. Yeah, you said pink and blue. I thought that was it, but that doesn't sound like it matches. Oh, I know which one I'm thinking of. It was called the Wabi Sabi. Oh, they made 3 versions of it? They made a brown one, I think. Oops. There we go. This thing, it's all bumpy. I think there's a brown one too, but you can see it's all irregular. I mean, I get it. I get it. Not my cup of tea, though. Yeah, we had one um for a show one time, and we had it brought in, and it was eye opening. Did not sell it. So now I'm curious as to which one you saw, because it wasn't it wasn't the Follow the Mermaid, which I thought was a weird color. I do miss out. I missed out on a King Only a Mother Would Love. Um, one of the tea time pens one year, and they were selling well, and I wanted one, and I think we sold like 5 or 6. And I went back to order another one, and I kept saying, "Well, I'll just, I'll order another one for me." And it didn't quite get that far. And the last time I went to order them, they were sold out, and that was that. So but I mean, I sold 6. I think it was 6 I sold in one week, which was really a good week for King of Pen sales. But the tea time was really a nice. As far as multiple combinations of colors, it was really a nice pen. I'll get one someday. There's somebody who's got one who's going to end up consigning it to me, and then I'll just have to buy it from them. But that's why people love sailors, because there's a sailor for everybody. They didn't make too many of those wabi sabis. They were really very low limited editions. Um, Double digits. I mean, it was really each piece signed by the artist, individually numbered, and by numbered, painted, numbered. Okay, that one's good. Oh, snap. O-ring broke off. Back. Oh, Pillow Book Spring Sky. Oh, yeah, that one. Woo! You found a sailor for me. For me, we were married 40 years. Were? You had it in your card for. Yeah, it's a. You got to really like that color combination. That's the problem, right? Yeah, the wabi sabis were very, very interesting. Very, very tactile sensation in your hand. But they also came with that, limited edition price. 550. Yeah, that's half price. And I bet they didn't make a lot of those. I bet there weren't 100 of them. Sometimes you can't get the nib and feed to go in the same depth at the same time, so you got to kind of pull them out and do them separately. What? Right. Yeah, I mean, $550 buys you some nice vintage pens. But it's hard to argue at that price on a king. Now, if you've got a project where you need a king of pen nib, that's how you do it. Or you take that body and you proceed to that's your experimental Mach-E barrel or whatever. All right. It took a little getting there, but this one we're going to wait to test. Until the sack dries. You haven't broken more than a few hundred on a single pen yet? Cleaning and repairing vintage is more satisfying, yeah. Yeah, that's a nice pen right there. All right, let's sync these puppies up. Actually, I'm going to get rid of this bag of parts here. So normally I go left to right. But we're going to skip. Well, why don't I do this the smart way? This is dumb. I'm just going to 1, 2, 3, 4, and that'll be 5 tomorrow. That's nice. Nice medium nib. This cup is getting pretty saturated here. I'm going to dump this out. I'll be right back. Aerometrics. All right, so the blue's nice. I like the blue. I think we'll go with this cap swap on the cocoa. We'll give it the luster-like cap, and then we'll put the gold-filled cap on the burgundy. I think that's a nicer look. Oh, no. Well, guess what? Big crack in the barrel. I bet it rides like a dream, too. And this has got a chip out of it, and it's got that thing stuck in there, so this is not going to do me any good either, I suppose. Yeah, I'm not going to sell it. Son of a gun. Well, that's nice. It's got a nice luster-like cap, too. Let me look real quick, see if I got another. I doubt I have another cocoa sitting around here. I used to have a bunch of them, but. None at the ready. Well, hey, you know what? I inked it up. let's write with it. I don't know why there's so much tension on the barrel. Is connector screwed up? What's going on here? I want to break another one. Oh. The curse of the cocoa. Of course, it's inked too, so. That's a good use case for having two section players. I almost want to say there's a leak in the sack too, just to add insult to injury. It's such a nice clear sack. Now I'm getting yeah, there's a leak. I can hear the air. I thought it was, but it fills fully, so there's got to be like the tiniest of leaks. But it's all over my thumb. All right, well, fudge. Hey, but I got a really good parts pen now. I got a good hood. I got a good hood. Did I mention that I've got a good hood on that pen? So it's good that I'm swapping the cap. This is kind of extra finish. It's not fudge, it's cocoa. Yeah, for sure. Sometime before the end of the year, I'm going to get one for myself. Maybe. Did you pull your cocoa out? You haven't written with a while. It's a medium nib. Nice. Yeah, it's a decent writing nib too. And then there were 3, right? We already know how this writes, but now that it's cleaned up, maybe it'll even write better. Getting down to the edge of the page here, so I think it's really causing it to. Doesn't seem to write, since we cleaned it up, doesn't seem to write as broad. I could pull the nib out a little bit, but. Something not right. It's losing steam here. I may adjust the nib out a little bit further. We'll see if that does anything. And then there's also a piece on the collector that needs to be adjusted too, or can be adjusted. First things first, cover up the ink.
Stack on yours is definitely not clear. You're wary of pulling the back end apart. Well, yeah, you're gonna run into you might run into the same problem I had today. Number one, they're hard as all get out to get off if it's not a threaded. And the threaded ones always read press 6 times. Those are the ones that are threaded. And then if you do get it off, then just squeeze that section, that connector nipple, to see if it's soft. If it squishes, don't take it off because you're cooked. If you can feel it and it's firm and it's hard, then you're probably safe trying to take it off. But I avoid trying to replace them just because they don't look clear. Because there's no guarantee it's coming off. And you could take a pen that is working and could continue to work and turn it into something that's not going to work and now you need to find parts for. But here's the thing. So look at the sack protector housing and note what it says as far as how many presses. 4 times, 6 times, whatever. And if you put it into ink and you press that many times, and then on the next time you essentially don't get your big bubbles anymore, then it's filling properly and you're probably just fine. And anyway, you're not going to see. So if it fills properly, then you know it fills fully. Screw the barrel on. You're not looking at that anyway, right? All right. Well, this is garbage, which is too bad. Put this over here. All right. Ooh, excuse me. We got a couple minutes. I'm going to seal these hoods up. Did we look at the insides of the caps on these? To take a look at it tonight, yeah. So I got most of these 51s in a lot. And I've had a couple be bunks, so. But I got one pen that's gonna pay for the price of the lot on its own. Well, these four will too, but so those are good. We're gonna do this, and I think we're gonna call it a day. Oh, well, good. So we got this one turned out, so we got the matching pencil for it. And tomorrow we'll look at that one there, and we got this guy. So it's not a complete and total loss just yet. Gonna double check this feed in here. It's pretty clean. Oh. The left tine is slightly pushed in toward the right. Yeah, it's really tight too. Sometimes it's hard to tell if you moved it at all. Oh, now we're getting somewhere. Now we're gonna try this. You need to pick up these nib pliers. Yeah, these are the RBLK dash N, and then there's a the other one's a dash W, I think. Yeah, N and W. You just get the, and when you get them, get both. Just get both. Because if you don't, you're gonna come across like, I should have got the wide. Yeah, he sells them as a set. You can get just either one if you want. I'm pretty sure, but I think they're like $80 for the set. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna ink this up. If it doesn't write any better, then I'm done for the day. Yeah, this is better. You can see it was really anemic right here. Not that I need to write after an adjustment. That's obvious. I'll give it 4 exclamation marks on that. It's nice because the tips on those pliers are they're real thin so that they actually flex. All right. That guy's good to go. Watching from India. You are the second person today. Welcome. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put these are essentially done. Put them in with this sailor. And a matching pencil. So that's good. And tomorrow we will dabble with these guys. This guy should be ready to go. And this one we still got to get open. And this 21, I think we determined it fills. So we're going to leave it. Currently 4:16 a.m. 4:47 p.m. here. Right now. So we'll take a look at the 21 tomorrow. This guy we can ink up and then seal, and we'll check the cap. That'll be good. And we'll try this one. We'll leave it soaking, and we'll see what happens. And this guy, we're going to make a note to look for a barrel, and throw it in the parts bin. So that is kind of where we sit for today. And then I will try tomorrow beforehand. I think I got some backs we can look at tomorrow. We got some backs to work on, or I don't know. I got some other stuff over there tomorrow. We can. I've got another 51 with that demonstrator hood. We'll seal it. We'll just seal that up because it looks unused, and we'll test that and get that out of here and find something else. So that's it for today, folks. Appreciate you tuning in. Have a great evening, great afternoon, great morning, wherever you are in the world. Be kind, be well, and we'll catch you tomorrow, all right? Take care, everyone. Thanks.